I don't know what kind of news this is.
It's
if you're
news.
a Nottingham Forest fan. So Nottingham Forest are reportedly considering Sean Dyche as a replacement for Ange Postecoglou should they decide to get rid of him.
What a tailspin.
I mean,
Yeah.
well, indeed, Jim, but Postecoglou, it's not really working out. I don't think any Forest fans would be unhappy if Ange left. I mean, you heard the chants at the end of the Michelin game and so on and so forth.
But they're obviously a fan of the gravelly voice.
Yes.
They're like, we'll keep that. How do we keep
that, yeah.
that?
So who better than the man who lives close to Nottingham, who we know has been in the Hooters in Nottingham?
Who we know was a youth team player
Yes.
at Nottingham Forest.
Sean Dyche.
Sean Dyche.
Yeah.
And not only Sean Dyche, you get Ian Wone and Steve Stone as part of the backroom staff.
Yeah.
Wone and
which
Stone
is
connection.
sort of Forest heritage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that it will be a universally popular opinion that or appointment rather that everyone is thrilled with. It is a confusing one, isn't it? Because they're in the Europa League, yet they're looking over their shoulders thinking this could also be a relegation battle, which is a pretty mad situation to be in October.
Yeah.
And obviously it comes from the kind of scattergun management or mismanagement of Marinakis. So it's of course, they're in a ridiculous situation. And it also feels like the success they had was kind of by accident as well, doesn't it? It's just like he happened to get the right collection of elements together that thrived for a bit, and now his kind of
Now this
mad
is
approach to things
This is the place where our favourite and best England player at the moment is plying his trade, having to deal with.
Well, hopefully Elliot Anderson will have a sort of a Morgan Rogers-esque sort of time of it. It doesn't matter
Right.
what's going on at club level.
Yes.
It
Just
turns
have a
up at
good
Old
time,
England,
yeah.
which was the reverse. It used to be the reverse back in the day, of course.
Yeah.
But Peter, Nuno obviously works wonders there. The start of the season, you're thinking to yourself, they have a chance to win the
kick on,
Europa
yeah.
League.
Yeah,
They've
they've got a big squad.
Yeah.
They've got resources. They've
Yep.
got a new European adventure that the fans are all going to love.
all that.
All that.
And now it's
Just
like
loves a medal. Peter, like Germans just love a medal, don't they?
They do,
Love
but-
they love a mix and a blend.
But now, Peter, it's a case of do we need Sean Dyche
Do we
to
need
come
Sean
in and
Dyche?
sort this out?
I mean, they said like the big
month or two is a long time in football.
the big feather in his cap, the big factor that they're considering inexplicably, briefing press on back channels.
is what I love about it.
Why
Why do we know about this?
it? Why do we know about this? You wouldn't have to pay any compensation because he's a free agent at the moment in time. But
we can get Dyche on the cheap, lads.
It's the relationship equivalent of going out with someone because they've got a car. You know what I mean? It's like, it's like oh, what a bonus.
Or indeed, they're just available.
They're
Like,
just
it
available. You'll do.
Oi.
It's the you'll do of managerial appointments.
He's up for it. She's up for it.
They're in Europe. They're in Europe.
I know.
It suggests to me that the reason we know about this is that Marinakis is just having phone calls about this, like in front of Postecoglou. Just like absolutely.
In Greek as well, so
Yeah.
only they can hear it.
Is this a canvassing of opinion, Vish, that we see politicians do? Oh, yeah, we may go for that policy. Ooh, yeah, that was very unpopular. We won't do that.
No, well, I think it's more by necessity, isn't it? I think the fact that Dyche's name has come out is maybe it's not all that surprising because his people, his agent, are more likely to talk because the other, I suppose, like Graham Potter is out there. I'm not saying they've talked to him. I mean, I've not certainly read that, but a lot of the managers who they might be trying to go after, like Marcus Silva was mentioned as well. But,
I think he's a long-term target.
yeah, sure, but they might have reached out to his advisors. And it's not in his advisor's interest to have that information out there, whereas it is for someone like Dyche.
Right, yeah.
But yeah, it's strange. It feels like, because they're not even actually in that situation at the moment, really, are they? Like, I appreciate they are 17th, but it's only been 7 games of the season. And it's like they're trying to hire for a position they might be in rather for the squad they have right now.
Well, when you say
Dress for the job you want, a relegation battle.
Yeah.
But when you say they're hiring for a position they might be in, well, the position they're in now is their Europa League status could be gone in a couple of games, which would be a crying shame.
Yeah, sure. But then
I understand
Dyche isn't going to remedy that.
Yeah, well,
is he?
this is it.
Yeah.
I find that. I mean, what do you do? Yeah, okay, fine. I get the whole competition thing. It's unlikely that a manager, say Marcus Silva, would want to go there right now. I would have thought. I think it'd be a very strange thing to do.
Yeah.
And obviously that would cost them a few quid. I would imagine. But I just, you're right with Sean Dyche. His, again, he played his part at Everton. I think that it was right to kind of move him on, and they're better off with Moyes. But under certain circumstances, what he did there, I think, was pretty admirable. To be fair to Dyche, and what he did under Burnley and so on. But he is the type of manager who you think he'll always almost certainly be a lower end Premier League manager or an upper end Championship manager, which is, again, that's an achievement. That's taking nothing away from him.
And also, we should probably qualify that and say that we are purely talking about him based on what he's done in the Premier League.
Yes,
which is not unreasonable for us to say.
Totally,
but we're not saying he's just limited or he's intellectually a bit stunted because
look, he likes going to Hooters.
Well, not that.
Oh,
apparently they do good wings.
right.
But we're not saying that like
here for the wings.
He couldn't get in the top half. It's more than like he's just never really had the opportunity.
Exactly. So,
beyond the first like season with Burnley where he's done that.
Totally.
Yeah,
and
and
Forest are a club who, having just missed out on Champions League positions last season, Jim, are looking up the table. They're in the Europa League. They're a club who quite clearly have ambitions because of what happened last season, as unlikely as it was. So it does feel like, we're completely going back to like when we first went up under Cooper. Let's just sort of cling on to what we've got. And I think for the fans, having had that season last season in the Europa League, it's disappointing.
Massively. I think to put a positive spin on it, though, there is. I think there's a strong argument that this would be the strongest squad that Sean Dyche has ever had in the Premier League. So that's something. But it does seem like a huge gamble that he would be the guy to manage to maintain the kind of forward momentum that they've had in the last season. And I think you're right. This appointment, possibly again because it is just out of necessity, feels like they're throwing in the towel on that. It's just like we've made such a mess of this that we just have to prioritise our safety rather than our ambition.
Marcus, you love a 90s reference. Are we forgetting the Paul Reiser, Greg Evergan vehicle, My Two Dads? Let's have a manager for the Europe fixtures, manager for the league fixtures. Let's keep Forest in the league. Let's get Forest the European competition.
Do you know what,
Maybe Stone and One can take it in Europe.
Exactly.
I actually think that's not a bad idea.
I don't think legally. I think legally you could do it. They do it at Newcastle, but they happen to be doing the same fixture.
Dyche for the Premier League. Ange for the Europa League.
That's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying.
But
My Two Dads.
that's the problem, though, Jim, is that loss against Midtjylland and what they've shown is Ange's Europa League prowess seems to have left him.
Sure.
So
make them fight, and at the end of the season, they get one person gets the main job.
It's not like it's not.
You say one of them gets to mate with Maradona.
Yeah,
cut the team in half, and whoever objects,
yes,
they're the real
true
manager. Yeah,
there we are.
It's not really Europa League expertise, though, is it? It is purely a guy who came into a situation because the manager everyone liked and everyone had been listening to for quite a long time decided to got flicked off through the whims of a chairman who, I don't know,
the sporting director or whatever Edu's position is. They weren't sort of clicking.
Yeah, and then Maradaka's made a choice and like sided with him, which is fine. But yeah, like it's not. It won't necessarily end with Dyche. If I were Sean Dyche, I would look at that and be like, that's a really good squad. That is a historied club, and certainly a club that's close to his heart and house. But he must look at Marinakis and be like, if I can squeeze a decent compensation out of this, maybe it's worth it to show people that I can work with those kind of players.
Even to the end of the season.
Yeah. Or do I want the stress of constantly looking at my show every week and wondering how this bloke wakes up in the morning?
I think with Sean Dyche, you're right. You've got to look at the 3 H's and you get a tick of all 3. Heart, house, Hooters, bang.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, in other managerial
Sounds like
news,
somebody wants to go to Hooters. A lot of chat about Hooters today.
Well, we know it's a good one because our David Cartledge has been there. He was very forthcoming with that information.
I think it closed down, or there's another one opening up somewhere. I think it may have closed down.
Oh, I think
no,
it
it's still going.
Still going?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
When I went there, it was closed.
Well, it's closed down.
Yeah.
Wouldn't let me in.
It has to close sometime, Pete.
My picture was on the wall.